Hey everyone, it's me, Kinsburger, as usual, doing another live action video. So I hope you guys okay that if I like to have a maybe a short conversation just before going to bed or something because it's nighttime in my country. So I hope you guys enjoy my video anyway. So yeah. So I got some few comments anyway. So hello Sonic the Hedgehog and hi to you too, Sax Entertainment. Oh, hello with the dude. So yeah, I just like to make sure you guys are having a great time. And I also just thought if you want to have a chat with me, if you want, because I sometimes just feel a bit lonely sometimes, in well yeah, so yeah. I just hope you guys don't mind because I do like to talk to you guys anyway because you're my friends. So I just wanted to share you guys my live action thingy video. Anyway, it's only a short conversation anyway, guys. So I won't be able to stay on long too enough anyway because it's nighttime in the UK. So I might be going to bed sometimes later very soon. It's just in case if my dad comes into the room or something, or my mum, whoever. So yeah. But I am an adult, so I can go to bed whenever I can go sometimes. But sometimes I just feel like so. There has been a few things going on lately in the UK, like this thing. It's something to do with it from the Ukraine coming to London, but like different people going on stage and that. I forgot the word, but I know what it is, but still can't understand what's going on. But let's just say Liverpool has been too busy lately, so don't get me wrong. And let's just say I remember something else, something to do with you guys know King Charles, right? From who is now the king of the UK. Let's just say we were celebrating about about his coronation and that for being our new king since we lost our beloved Queen Elizabeth. So yeah, I just thought the idea that we should make a nice important message for King Charles and that. So because just in case he might like to hear on our positive thoughts of why we like him to be our king for a reason. Because let's just say that there are some very good reasons to why he should be our new king, which he are officially now a king. So let's just say since we lost Elizabeth II, let's just say that King Charles is actually Queen Elizabeth II's eldest son. So that's the whole reason why he's the king, because he's the oldest of the family. Well, but that's all I know because I'm not really good at with the information sometimes because I don't always really good at following the whole, this whole complicated sort of thing going on lately. But I remember watching this thingy episodes, something to do with King Charles from EastEnders. Some of you may not heard of EastEnders or anything, but it's a show from my country. But you can always be free to see what it looks like or whatsoever on YouTube if you're interested about, this whole King Charles. Yeah, that's for, yeah. But don't get me wrong, because not too long ago, I remember this one episode with King Charles and his wife. I forgot her name, but I know what she looks like. But I remember this one episode from EastEnders. I would say last year, something to do with both of them, but I forgot what it's about. But it's something to do with. Sometimes my head's just full of around like in circles, So yeah. Okay. Let's just say I remember the one I mentioned just before. Just then about celebrating for King Charles. I remember, my mum calls me to come to the room because she said that Katy Perry is on the telly, and I was like, what? oh my god, so I gotta watch that because I love Katy Perry. So I just really love Katy Perry. I'm not the only one, but I know some of you, well, almost everyone likes Katy Perry. So don't get me wrong. So okay, hang on. Okay, I had to admit, um, I do like Katy Perry anyway because she does great songs and she has been in some few movies like in the Smiths because where she does the voice of Smithette, stuff like that, and she has her own movie, something that to do all about her being on stage and how she was born to be a celebrity, well, as a singer and sometimes as an actress, something like that. So yeah. So let's just say okay. I have seen some few comments here saying they are either the eldest or the youngest or the middlest or something. And yeah, I would say I'm the youngest of my family actually. Well, my half of the family. So yeah. Okay, so let's just say I may not look as my own actual age, but I am the youngest of the family. But I do look younger anyway, so don't get me wrong. It can happen with anyone, so don't forget about that. So, the same thing for my best friend Sophie. So me and Sophie can feel the same way. Like we wish sometimes can be a bit look older sometimes. I just see when every time someone said, "Oh, you look so younger than your actual age," and I was like, "Okay," like that. But sometimes I just feel like, can you guys please just stop going on about me being so young to my actual age sometimes because I just find it annoying sometimes. But you can't possibly blame me for feeling that way. But that's just me. Yeah. So, but I know some of you guys may understand. Yeah. Yeah. It's been a while since I have few people mentioning that. But don't get me wrong, because yesterday, on Saturday, well, the Saturday before this week, I remember I was in town with my mum and my nan, and we were in this cafe, and then this waitress thought I was like a kid who goes to school, and I was like, oh no, I don't go to schools anymore. So my mum had to explain that I don't go to schools anymore because I'm fully educated and go to a fun center now. So yeah. And speaking some of the comments mentioning about bullies or worse, I would say I kind of agree with you, Zach. Yeah. Um. Mhm. Trying to think something else to talk about here. If you guys have any ideas what we could talk about here, or if you want to ask me any questions, be free to do so in the comments on the box or this one. I don't know. I can't remember which side is it. So anyway, it's because the comments is right that side at the moment while recording, but usually sometimes the comments can be that side. It depends on what YouTube is doing and that. Okay, there's a question and it said, well, it's from the cyber leader, and he asks me, do I like Doctor Who? Of course, I like Doctor Who. Doctor Who is one of the best things to like from the UK. So let's just say it's one of the popular sci-fi sort of thing show for almost everyone who adores Doctor Who. Let's just say Doctor Who has been around since 1963 because it was originally in black and white. So yeah, starting with William Hartnell as the first Doctor. Yeah, well, the late William Hartnell, because since Doctor Who has been around since the 60s. So yeah, and there's many doctors anyway. Like the first one with William Hartnell, the second one with Patrick Troughton, John Petrie, Tom Baker, and I know some of them, but sometimes I can't really pronounce their names sometimes because it's hard to pronounce you know. So yeah, but I do like David Tennant. He's my favorite anyway. But speaking about David Tennant, he's coming back this year as the new Doctor, well, the 14th Doctor, although he did kind of already play the 10th Doctor since 2005 until he kind of left in 2010. I know you guys will probably really agree with me because, well, it doesn't really that matter anyway. I still like David Tennant no matter what. And yes, well, yet that he's still the best Doctor of the Doctors. And well, I just say almost everyone loves David Tennant, by the way. And same thing for Catherine Tate, because everyone seems to like Catherine Tate because she plays Donna Noble, but she also famous for other things like Catherine Tate Show, something like that, where she plays the Nan who swears a lot. I mean, okay. If you're interested on watching that, it's up to you. Don't blame me if you want to. Sorry. Okay. Oh yeah, I remember him, Cyber Leader. I do remember when he said, "I don't want to go," but I remember my friend Oliver mentioned that he might end up saying maybe a slight similar, but it might be different compared to what he said back in the few years back. Let's just say, he probably like, "I'm ready to go," and I have to agree with Oliver sometimes because we never know. He might said it or he might not. So we never know until we watch it until the 23rd of November, one day before my birthday. I know you guys probably won't believe me, but it's true. I mean, I can't believe it. I mean, Doctor Who is like, oh my god. I can't really tell how old it is now. It's been out since 1963, so I'm not really good at calculating, but you can always calculate if you want while I'm recording. Yeah. Okay, I got a question by who's a dude, and he asked me a question, and he asked me, "What is the Singer Does Girls character Jacob's role in my own cartoon show?" Um, well, if I had to tell you a truth with a dude, Jacob is not really much of a character, but he's still a accountant, well, really. But I don't really have any developments at the moment for him or anything. But he can be a bit of a jerk sometimes, like a jerk prince. He doesn't likes. Well, let's just say he flirts with girls and all that, and girls sometimes find him annoying, but some girls just find him weird or cute or something like that. Ugh, give me a break. Yeah. Okay. Um, okay. Oh yeah, I do like Sarah Jane Adventures as well, Cyber Leader. Yeah, love that. Actually, speaking about Sarah Jane, it's back on iPlayer. I mean, thank God for that. I missed that show. Although I do have a DVD of it at home somewhere in the DVD cupboard over there. So let's just say, you know, trying to think. Uh, Actually, speaking about Sarah Jane, it's kind of sad, isn't it? About Elizabeth Sladen passed away back in 2011. Sad, isn't it? Yeah, believe me, it's true. She no longer here anymore. I sometimes wish she, you know, comes back, although we can't have her back. Sometimes that just happens when people, because that's life. I mean, that's what life is. You're born, you grow, and then, yeah. Okay. Uh, oh, and also there are some few things that I like that are like British TV shows or films. Something like Tracy Beaker. I love Tracy Beaker actually. Tracy Beaker is one of the best things of the UK. They're almost children, but teenagers. Yeah, tell me about it. Whew, boy. I mean, but don't get me wrong. But Tracy Beaker is something that is very, really sad and emotional, fun, and funny at the same time. Let's just say sometimes it's something that about children who doesn't have any parents, or who does have parents who can't seem to look after their kids properly or something like that, or they just sort of like abandon them, just like Tracy Beaker's mum did. You know, I don't really like Tracy's mum actually, because all she ever cares is herself and doesn't really know what love really means. Well, sometimes she thinks she does, but clearly she doesn't. I mean, although she did finally realize that her behavior is stupid, and then she finally gave Tracy, stupid mouth, Tracy to Cam, who is her now new mom, adopted mom, something like that. Let's just say Cam was originally her foster mother from, you know, at the end of season 1 until since then, until the story of, well, the movie of the Tracy Beaker thingy film. That's when Cam decided to adopt her. Yeah, it is kind of cute. Yeah, but believe me, I don't know if anyone else, only from the UK and me, might able to remember this one peculiar episode from the dumping ground where when we find out about Mike left. I know it's kind of sad actually, because I don't know if some of you already seen my video of that. I was literally crying my eyes out when I watched that. I was like, oh my god, come back, Mike. Oh my god. Don't worry, I'm not crying. Oh boy. Cyberleader asking me if I like, or if I ever remember Raven. I don't know if you mean Raven, the man in that black thingy suit that has the stick in his hand. Yeah, I think I might remember that somehow, but I never really watched it, to be fair. Although my sister had watched it way before I did or something, I would say. I don't know if she actually likes it. I might accept sometime in some time. Yeah. And I got a question by the random flyer fan, and asking me, have I ever watched Phineas and Ferb? Well, to be honest, I have seen bits of it, like some few episodes, well, only like clips of it, that's what I mean. But I never really actually watched it like entirely, like the whole episode on each season, that's what I mean. I know, let's just say, to be fair, I'm not really much a fan of the show myself, actually. But I have to admit, I do kindly ship Phineas and Isabella. Well, that's just kind of true, really, because since we all know that Isabella has a crush on Phineas since the whole season and that, so I maybe that's the only little thing to like that show sometimes. But there's nothing else to like about it, so sorry, random flyer fan. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. So there are some few things that I have also watched as a kid, like Peppa Pig, and Fifi and the Flower Tarts, Make Way for Noddy, or Noddy and Toyland, or and I also watch In the Night Garden. Yeah, I remember that one. And I also The Tweenies. Yeah, love that one. Oh, love Fizz. She's pink, oh, fancy, loves everything to be in pink, like me. Yeah. Mhm. And Spirit Ghost Man asked me if I ever liked Five Nights at Freddy's. Uh, I don't know, because I don't know what Freddy is, or because let's just say, can I just get to the point? I'm actually from the UK, but I won't show if Freddy's is actually in UK or the USA. I don't know. Sorry. So yeah. Okay. So I do got some few friends on YouTube, like my friend with a dude, and my real life best friend Sophie. Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's from the US. Yeah, USA. Okay, that's fine, mates. That's fine. Um. So and I also have few friends that I have in real life, like Oliver. He's nice. I also have a friend called Sam. He's good, really good, but he's funny. Once you get to know him, he is funny. So don't get me wrong. Let's just say I don't know if you guys might be able to remember that I'm not usually into boys, but I do have some few boy mates. But yeah, but I do have some most of the girl mates though, like Sophie and some others like Kelsey and Katie from the fun set. Yeah. But I remember some other girls that I used to know from high school, like Chantel, Saoirse, Hannah. Well, Hannah that my friend Sophie and I already that knows from high school, and that that I well, Hannah is the a friend of mine that I used to know that I just made a counter of her from my own personal cartoon. Yeah. Um. Okay. Speaking about fears and Ferb, Spirit Ghostman asked me if I ever liked the show or who's my favorite. Well, I already answered that question to someone else that I'm not really much of a fan of the show, and I don't mind Isabella. She's cute and adorable, and I do like her, like feisty personality and yeah. Okay. Oh, speaking of our shows, let's talk about some more shows that I also like Sophia the First, and I also like um sometimes Descendants. Disney villains and Disney characters having children. Like focusing on their children. Oh, growing up. Yeah. And I also have seen um Scooby Doo. Well, I'm mostly into What's New Scooby Doo and Mystery Incorporated. Yeah. hmm And there are also a few things that I don't really actually like or watch, like Transformers, um, Big Big Six. Uh, sorry, Big Hero 6. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. I kind of agree with you. Was it dudes about Melody and Jane and Cassandra? I do sometimes wish Melody was in it. I mean, seriously. Hmm. Uh, okay. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, actually, I also like this show called Alice Wonderland Bakery. It only just came out not too long ago, since last year, and it's actually quite good. I don't know if some of you have seen it, but it's actually awesome once you get to watch it now. So yeah, and I only just have seen 1, 2, and 3 and 4 episodes. Yeah, 4 episodes. Um, yeah, something like that. Um, yeah, I do like Malpony and Equestria Girl Spirit Guzman because they're both the best. I don't really have a favorite between either Malpony or Equestria Girls because I like them both the same. Because it's still the same thing, you know? Yeah. Mm, okay. I agree with you as well with the dude. It is the good original film, isn't it? Um, it may be a bit weird, but I would say it's kind of awesome. The film, though, the first film. The second one is alright sometimes too. But with a new character named Uma, the daughter of Ursula. Uh huh. Hmm. Okay. And I don't mind a third one to be fair, but I'm not really. Well, there's not very much about it. Although I don't mind the scene, that song called "Queen of Me." Oh, can't get that out of my head. I mean, honestly, God. Um, Although I don't really like Audrey that much. I mean, the way she behaves towards Mal. I mean, honestly, God, give me a break, girl. You give us also an ear bleed. Um, let's just say that she had a sort of obsession, like hate obsession towards Mal because that about the way Mal kind of well, let's just say Audrey thinks that Mal stole Ben from her. Well, I don't think so. Did she? I don't know. Ugh, out of my mind. And it's kind of sometimes weird that about Maleficent and Hades that are actually together. Because let's just say, if you guys remember the House of Mouse, that I believe most people seem to ship Maleficent and Hades together. So I don't know if that's probably the reason why they have Maleficent and Hades to have a daughter named Mal to be half, half like Maleficent and half like Hades, something like that. And I don't think I heard of Danny Phantom, to be honest with you, Spirigus Man. Sorry. Um, it's because the thing is, I don't know much all those shows from the US, to be honest, because like I said, I'm from the UK, so I only remember some things that I'm usually remember, like Balamori and Tracy Beaker, Doctor Who, Scooby Doo. I also remember Matilda, well, 1996 Matilda. And speaking about that, I'm going to make a review about Matilda at some point. I'm still recording it, but I think I might finish it sometimes tomorrow, I think. But let's just say maybe sometimes later tomorrow, in maybe around like 5 or something. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm going out tomorrow with my granddad. So now you guys know that about my granddad has come home from being, after having this operation from the hospital. So yeah, I just hope you guys can able to understand and like slow things down for me, because I want you guys to understand that it's really important for me because I love my granddad to bits and that. So I hope you guys don't mind. So yeah, and I haven't been myself lately again because this whole family business. So I don't want to bore you guys to death or anything about it. So yeah, and um, I don't know. Well, I can't think anything. Have you guys have any ideas? Let me know in the comments. Um, hmm. Actually, I do sometimes draw a lot. I mean, really, I do love drawing because I've been drawing since I was a kid. And speaking about drawing, I also am planning on doing a video about cartoons. It might something that you might able to learn the the history of cartoons and that. So let's just say I'm going to talk about a few things that you might need to know about what art really means and what is actually what you're supposed to be doing that. And yeah, I like so maybe like when the cartoon first started. Yeah, and I believe that cartoon first started in the early century of, well, can't just say it, 21st century. Honestly, God. Hmm. So yeah, I'll better get going because it's bedtime, and I'll see you guys sometimes another time when I'm not too busy. And yeah, and I really appreciate you guys. So I'll see you guys on some, bye.